Welcome to Come to Mama, where we nurturing souls. How's everybody been? It's been a while since I've been on here. A lot's been going on in my life, and I'm pretty sure a lot's been going on in your life as well. The topic tonight that I wanted to talk about before I got to pulling cards was uh, people living in your head not paying rent. And that basically just means to me that people who maybe a past loved one, maybe a boyfriend or girlfriend, or people who you put your energy in to in this, and I would say in particularly in relationships, who it's over with, but they're still heavily on your mind and heavily in your brain about, and you can't move forward. And so that's when you're not charging them rent for being up in your head. So you might as well go on ahead and evict them out of there and move on and let some new tenants come up in there. Some new thoughts, new things, new people, right? Because it just seems like the energy for me, this last month has been very, very heavy with past relationships or past people or letting go of relationships, having, you know, folks second guessing themselves on, you know, their dealing with certain people. And for me in particular, there's people that I have let go, but for some reason they keep coming up in my head, or I'm heavily thinking about these people. Um, and sometimes, with energy, and I do believe that there is a such thing as magic, and I do believe that people know how to do magic, and I believe that it's not necessarily that people know how to do magic. I think that we don't understand the power of energy and the power right now of how fast and quick manifestations are. How recently I've noticed that I could be thinking about somebody and they call me, or I call somebody and they say, I was just thinking about you, or I'm thinking about something and it shows up. So that's what I mean. The energy is just like quick, right? And so the power of energy, and other people and the way they can transmute it, the way that people can use magic is they can, you know, put spells on you or think about you really, really hard, or try to reach out to you either through the astral realm or in, 3D where we are currently. And it's real. It's real. Right? So that's why what I'm noticing is there's just so many distractions going on right now that it's getting hard to focus on the everyday operation of what we're trying to do in our lives as people. So we need to pay attention because it seems as though we are being bombarded with so many different distractions, not just on social media, but just mentally. And sometimes your thoughts are given to you, okay? Subconsciously, you don't even realize it. But some people are really good with that energy work, that magic on, planting, themselves right on up in here, but ain't paying no rent to be up in here. Meaning you're not feeding my mind, body, and soul. You're not helping my growth, and you're stagnating me and holding me back from moving forward. Okay, so I just want everybody to keep that in mind. Okay, and the same thing physically. If there's people that are in your life that keep you and stop you from moving forward because you're either thinking about, you know, reasons to have them there when they're not supposed to be there, you're going through emotional or physical issues with these people because it's unhealthy and it's not meant to be there for you anymore. It's distracting you from that new door that needs to open for that path that you need to get on. So I am starting offering life path numbers. I can help you figure out your life path number, and have a session with you. In regards to that, I will put my email in the it's CTMSL luv333 at gmail.com. So if you, I'll put it in the chat. Okay. Anyway, so back to that. I just wanted to say it because I have been going through it myself, and I can see that it's been heavy, 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 heavy. And I believe that for me, I have been not handling my personal business or getting on my personal path because of all the distractions. So, meditation is important to quiet the mind, finding out specific ways to continue to work on you and let go of those things, even if, at least temporarily. What one of the things that I exercise and I try to do is I try to send people off with love. Like I say, hey, you can't be in here no more. I'm sending you with love and happiness, even if they're people that I don't like or people that have wronged me in certain ways. Uh, Instead of me going down that snowball of why, when, here, where, and why, you know, uh, you know, I try to send them away with love. And then it's time to pick up a book, write something down, focus on something that, you can get some knowledge from. You know, it's been a tough, and if you notice this, comment in my comments if you've noticed, because we are creatures of habit and we could go in circles and circles and circles. We need to identify that though. It's just like being in relationships, um, when we're codependent, or situations that we just keep going through over and over again, different people, same situations, when we need to focus and understand why. What is it about me that allows these types of things to happen? You have to figure that out. Is it some kind of boundary that you don't give, to somebody to let them know that they can't move any further? Is it your own self love? You don't love yourself? Uh, is it you rather have the sex and and that overpowers your need for peace and you know um, respect? You know, you have to decide what it is for you that causes you to continue going down these cycles and try to break them. When you can break that cycle, you can move to the next level in your life. You can ascend in your life, right? It could be a thought process. Um, and another thing I do want to say that I notice is that every day is not the same. And based on the energy, like for me lately, I have where I thought that I really had gotten through some major milestones in my life, that I really um, learned a lot about myself, about life, and that I've been ascending in my life, and where, I have figured out a lot and that I never really noticed before, um, that I've been being tested. I mean, it has been big time. And what will happen is because you may fall back into a prior thought process, or something happens that, really tests you and, tests your inner gangster, and you might fall back or stumble back a little bit. But don't think for 1 minute that you did not work hard to get to where you are now and that you cannot, get back to where you were. That's what the test is that things are going to get thrown at you, situations that you are weak at, or um, have a hard time overcoming, are going to come back to you. And it's almost just like an exercise for you to become confident in that you are, ascending and moving forward in your life. uh, and that's what I'm saying, as you know that's why I have these nurturing sessions, is because I just want you to keep going, to don't stop, to recognize and take inventory. That was something that I was listening to from, her name is Rhonda. I listened to this program called Truth Uncompromised. Wonderful show. And she was saying that she takes inventory. And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty interesting. Like that resonated with me because it was like sometimes things are happening, and on a daily basis, I need to be making sure that, was this thought mine? Okay, I've overcome this already. So maybe I need to question why I'm thinking this way right now. I need to question why I feel really sad and upset when I was just fine, or I know that I have overcome these situations and that I have ascended beyond these situations. Why is it coming back? Why do I feel the way I feel? Well, taking inventory will help you understand. And if you do it on a daily basis, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's that magic I'm talking about. Okay. And it's not necessarily one person against you, it could be collectively, the powers that were, that could be casting specific energies onto the world. And you know it has a lot of people in these same mindsets, right? So it's important for you to know thyself and take inventory about thyself. And that could be as simple as just journaling every day and writing down how you feel. And then when you start having these feelings or thoughts that come in that just don't quite match your uh, your vibration, normally when you're normally like more positive, you're vibing higher, you can normally get yourself out of a funk a lot easier. But all of a sudden, you just, it's like you get bombarded, right? So I just want to tell you to speak to yourself with love, give yourself, um, uh, a pat on the back, give yourself a hug, you know, um, and understand that, you know, sometimes it's not just you, sometimes it's just energy that's coming at you. And you need to find ways to just, knock them away. So I'm just saying this is something from experience that's been happening with me lately. And pay attention, because I like they say, when you're about to move to the next level is when many things start coming at you to either try to stop you, block you, or have you up in here. And when they're up in here and they ain't paying no rent, right? They're in there for free, and you ain't focusing on you and what you were supposed to be doing. Dangerous, right? So we're going to pull a couple cards, and I am going to pull from my favorite Magical Herb Oracle. And let's get some messages on for the collective. Oh, Spirit, what are some messages for the collective? All right, now let's do this now. Come on out. Message for the collective. There we go. That message is detox. And that's dandelion. So, oracle meaning for dandelion detox. There is a great power and vitality to be found in letting go. Your daily routine or something that you keep doing the same way needs to change. A far better future is promised if you will just let go and trust in the power of walking away. Room needs to be made for what you want to come into your life. New ideas, healing, and growth are just around the corner, but you need to release, cleanse, and be ready to accept, forgive, and forget. It's time to move on. Well, I can't make this up. I was right on point, boy, because this message is exactly matches up perfectly with what I'm saying about letting go of situations, not letting go of those people, places, and things that no longer serve you in your life. Don't let them live in your head anymore. Don't let the problems and the head games and the mind games and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas and the potentials and the what he did and what he didn't do or she did and didn't do. Make Forgive and let go. And so this just basically is proof to me that I was on point about the energy. So love yourself, nurture yourself, find what you can do so that you can stay on task because you have a path and a reason that you incarnated at this time. And there's many powers that were and that may come in the future to try to block you from moving on. And you need to be aware of that. Take mental inventory daily, whether it's writing down and journaling every day and getting to know thyself. Continue on your path, figure out what your path is. I am doing life path number consultations, um, nurturing sessions with you guys, and I put my email in the chat. And I just want to say I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.